Hello everyone, today we are going to be looking at my entire Stray Kids photocard collection. I know it is a little bit of a trend in the collecting community that every December and January you usually do like a binder update or a collection update for groups that you collect. So that's kind of what this is I'm doing my end of the year, beginning of the year collection update, but also January is my first anniversary of collecting photo cards in general. I started my Stray Kids collection back in January of 2021. January is when I started my trade and sell accounts. It's also when I did my very first trade. I'd actually been a stay about like 6 months prior, but I was really new to the whole photo card game. I didn't really know what to do or what was going on. And so I slowly, over those 6 months, kind of like watched a lot of videos, studied a lot, and then came January, I bought like my first supplies, my first binder, and then it all just spiraled down from there. But it's been really fun. It feels like it's been 10 years of collecting and also like a month of collecting. It depends on the day and what we're spending, you know? But I honestly can't believe that I have like 2 huge binders in front of me plus a mini binder. I feel like my collection is missing a lot still, but seeing like just the binders in front of me like this also makes me realize how much I actually do have. So we're gonna go ahead and look through this today. Before we start to look through everything, I do want to just let you know that I will link everything that I can for my binders and like the supplies that I use in the description below, so you can go ahead and just check it out down there. A quick run through is that these white binders, they are 3-inch D-ring binders. This is a A5 mini binder. Most of the sleeves that I use are Ultra Pro. The card sleeves are Dragon Shield and some Ultra Pro as well. And this binder and these sleeves I got from Mochi Things. So like I said, everything will be linked down below more thoroughly, so you can go and check that out if you're curious, but I just wanted to mention that there in case you had a question about where I got my supplies and what I use. So I don't really know where to start. I'm also a bit like scatterbrained, so I hope I'm like saying everything that I want to. I want to like talk about my collection because that's sort of what this video is intended for. I also at the end maybe want to talk about some goals or intentions that I want to try and achieve this year with my collection, and just like my thoughts going forward and what I'd like to do. So let's look through the mini binder first. So let me move these guys, and oh my gosh, these are so heavy. So this is my A5 mini Bang Chan binder. This is a binder that you guys just recently saw me set up for and do a collective haul for. So if you want to see me setting this up and just like unboxing some of the items that I have put in this binder, those are my last 2 videos, so I'll have those linked in case you're interested. But this binder is meant specifically for my special Bang Chan collection. I collect him as thoroughly as possible because he is my bias of Stray Kids. And then my other binders are meant for my OT8 sets and collection there. But I wanted a special binder for my special boy. So we have my cover page. I'm gonna probably just blitz through this pretty quickly because we kind of saw a lot of this in my last video, but I wanted to make sure I included it here because this is a part of my collection, a new part of the collection, an expensive part of my collection. But it honestly is wild to me, like flipping through this and seeing how much is here from his special items, like especially within a year's time. A lot of work went into getting these. Still my favorite page. I still love the Levanter one. This is, I think I mentioned this in my setting up, but this is my first like special like broadcast special item of Chan, so this one is very special. Another favorite, I really like the black paper for this one, so nice. And So maybe I should have explained. I don't know. You guys can go back and watch the previous video, but mostly these were either broadcast prints, fan meeting prints, or just like special merch cards. And then from here onward is mostly pobs and fan sign cards, and then at the end are just sort of like miscellaneous Chan cards. So I still am in love with this Interpark print. I think it is so pretty. Also, I love these lucky draws. This is like the first time that Stray Kids have done lucky draws, and as much as they are a pain to get a hold of, I will say that these are some like top tier selfies that they have chosen for them. So we'll see if they continue to what's the word? Release these? We'll see if they continue to release these with the next round of comebacks. Clown Hour is still here. We're still on the hunt for that one. And then here's where it gets just like a bit of miscellaneous cards I don't really know what to do with yet. And then the cover is still upside down. I still need to fix this, but that is my mini A5 binder. Sorry I didn't talk much throughout that, but as I said, we recently just looked at this and did a more thorough talk and discussion about it. So if you want to see more of that, go check out the last video. But next, let's look at my album binder. Okay, this is a big heavy one. This is my album binder. For albums, I collect OT8, and then for POBs, I selectively collect OT8, depending on what the set looks like and also how expensive it is. But I try to collect OT8 as thoroughly as I can, because I really enjoy collecting all the members, all my boys, all my kids. So this binder has everything from mixtape up until No Easy. I haven't put away any of my Christmas Evil stuff, so that won't be in this video, but we are doing a storing my PC video at like the end of February, which those will be included in. But for now, this is everything from mixtape up until No Easy. So this is very thick and very tall. I do want to mention that in the very beginning, in these very early albums, I am missing a lot of things. It isn't until about Levanter that I have more complete and full sets. I'm still working on the older albums. If you know collecting Stray Kids, they have a lot of cards, and older cards can be harder and a little bit more expensive to find, so I'm kind of going at a pace that I can to collect the older cards, but there is a lot of empty space, so you'll see and I'll point it out. But basically, early Stray Kids era needs a lot of work. Later Stray Kids era, I pretty much have a hold on and I've completed a lot of it, but we can take a look at it. So this is actually just the poster that came with the District 9 either DVD or Blu-ray. I don't remember which one, but this is like a benefit or inclusion that came with it, so it's just in here. But we begin at mixtape. So for mixtape, I only have Chan, Changbin, and Sungmin, and the same with the selfie version. So this is like the behind making version and the selfie version. I think that I should be able to complete this year. That's actually going to be one of my goals, is to complete mixtape, because I think it'll be pretty easy. I'm only missing 5 of the members, which seems like a lot, but I feel like mixtape wouldn't be too hard to complete, and there's only 2 sets of cards. These are, I think they were the pre-order postcards that came with it, so I have all of these. And then for I Am Not, I only have this one Jisung card. I don't even own this album yet. And I really don't remember how I ended up with this Jisung card, but this is an album that obviously will need a lot of work. It just has placeholders for now, but we have this beautiful Jisung. And then this also came with pre-order postcards. I do have this set of this. So I think there were actually 2 sets of this, which is what this indicator is. I only have one for now. These like full postcard sets are a little bit tricky to find. I think I have most of them, but I'm still missing like the second one for I Am Not. But so here's a group one, and then Chan, and then Lino, Changbin. I also love the backs that are like specifically designed by the members, how they're little postcards. Very cute. Hyunjin, Han, Felix, Sungmin, and Ian. For I Am You, I don't have anything yet. This is gonna be a work in progress this year, but I do have the pre-order stuff. So for some reason, a couple months back, I had taken out these postcards from my binder, and then I went to go put them back in for this video, and Lino and Jisung from this first set, I have no idea where they went. They've up and disappeared. They've ran away from me, which is kind of sad because it's kind of hard to find. I don't think it's going to be very easy to find replacements for them without maybe tracking down a full set of these, but I had these 2 postcards at one point, but they are mysteriously gone at the moment, so not sure there. But I do have the rest of the members and the sticker sheet for I Am Who. And then this was the second postcard set. For I Am You, I do have a couple of cards. For some reason, these cards are like extremely overpriced. So this is gonna be a collection or an era that will be hard to complete. Also, throughout my binder, you'll probably see this little shelf placeholder. It means exactly what it says. It means that this photo card is sitting on my shelf. For continuity, I guess, I'm going to edit in the photo card so you can just see on the spread, but just know I have it. It's just on my shelf or in my room or in my living room somewhere, and I was too lazy to go and grab it and put it in my binder. So we have a few cards from I Am You, mostly just this first selfie version. I have 2 of the units. I don't know if I will fully collect units for the earlier albums that have them. Maybe I'll just do like a full page of units, but I don't think that I would collect all 36 of them. Don't know, that's a future priority, but for now I have 2 of them. And then these were the pre-order Polaroids, and I have all of these because I found them in a set. So I have all of these. And then the I Am You postcards. I really like these postcards. This lighter concept, these ones are actually like my absolute favorite. Like, these are my favorite concept photos of the kids ever. Like, they are all just breathtaking. Like, these postcards are so good. I'm so glad I have these in my collection. So pretty. Okay. Then we get to Miro. I don't have anything here yet. Miro has a lot of cards. A lot of stuff. Then we get to Yellowwood. I have this one Felix card that's sitting on my shelf. And then I have the outside Jisung card. And then here are the 2 for the inside versions. Yellow border. A black border, and then pre-order. I honestly can't believe how much empty space there is up until this point, but it's okay. Something to still work towards. And then now we get into the more completed collections. So Lavender was the first era that I finished collecting. I actually did a special video on it a couple months ago of me storing this full collection, and that is also when I started making my infamous fillers that everyone always loves. And then I get a lot of questions on. I will be doing a video on the fillers. It's coming in February. I promise that I am going to share how I make my fillers, because I get so many questions all the time about how I make my fillers and how I get the backs to match exactly. So that is coming up very soon. I promise I'm going to be sharing my secrets with you. But Lavender, yes, Lavender is one of my favorites. I think it is my favorite Stray Kids album, and so yes, I don't know, I really love these sets, and it's so fun to see an actual fully completed set. So I just love these cards. These cards are like top tier for me. I absolutely love them. So good. As we all know, lenticulars are another issue. I would love to collect all of them, but as we know, they are very pricey. I would eventually like to get them, but for now they sort of are a low priority. But I have this in here because I do want to get them eventually. So yeah, that's why this is in here. Okay, next we have Go Live. Go Live, I actually don't have a lot for. Just a few things. Go Live is one that I want to work on this year. I do have the full Polaroid. I think this came in the limited, right? Or at least, or maybe it was a pop. I don't know. Anyway, I have the full Polaroid set of these. And then these, I think they're the with fans. It's either the pop or the fan signs. I have a full set of these, which I really love. Yeah. Next is In Life, and In Life was actually my first comeback with Stray Kids. It seems so long ago, but also again, like such a short amount of time. In Life was the first album that I bought and unboxed, and I actually pulled this Hyunjin that is sitting on my desk 3 different times within the same set of albums that I bought, and that's sort of where my Hyunjin blessing came from. Since then, I've pulled that boy pretty consistently, but it was so funny that even in my first album, I pulled Hyunjin all the time, and I still pull him pretty frequently. But yes, so this is where my photocard collecting really started to happen. It was from this era that I began collecting and getting into it. These were the JYP pre-order benefits. I've been thinking about taking them out of these little plastic bags that they came in, because when unfolded they actually fit the length of a 1 pocket. So I've been thinking about doing that, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So for now they just sort of sit in here. But I do like that idea, because then you'd be able to see the full thing instead of them just being folded up. But then the postcard. Okay. Sub K, Pobs, and fan signs. These cards are so hard to find these days and super expensive. I would love to complete these 2 sets, but it's not a high priority just because of how expensive that they're gonna be. These are actually the cards that I pulled in my first albums, and then these are ones that I bought when I found out what Pobs and fan signs were. But yeah, I'm very thankful to have the members and the cards of these that I have, because they are quite pricey these days. But at least I do have a full set from In Life. This is the Soundwave one. I really like this set, and this set was relatively easy to collect, which is why I have it. But I do love this set. And then we have Sungmin's Yes 24 as well as Chan's. I really love these, but these are also very hard to find at this point, but they're very, very pretty. They're from the Blueprint music video, which is just such a gorgeous music video. And then we get into the bulk of No Easy. All of this, all the rest of this binder is No Easy. They really went in on inclusions and photo cards this round, but very, very fun. I also did a completing my collection for No Easy a couple months back, so if you want to see me put this away and talk a little bit more about it, I will link that. But I still really like these cards. Like, seeing them all together in the sets like this, very, very nice. Also, this is just like my favorite. And then these were the pre-order booklets. I just put them in 4 pocket pages instead of cutting them up like everyone was doing, just because I'm picky about my backs, even though you can't see the backs. I mean, you kind of can, but I wanted to have them still in their full condition rather than cutting them, which is fine. And then we have the unit posters. The sticker sheets. And then these are the jewel case inclusions and photo cards. I can't believe we got a jewel case with this album. I low-key hope they don't do that again, because that was a lot. And then these are the POBs for this era. So this was Apple Music. And this was the Sub-K video call event. These are the Yes 24 posters. I'm still missing Hyunjin's. I'm still on the look for his. And then Christmas Evil. As I said, I have stuff for it. I just haven't put it away yet. But yes, so that is my entire album collection so far. Like I said, a lot of the older things here are pretty much well completed. It's just the early stuff that I need to work on and prioritize with, as well as all the comebacks that are going to be happening this year. I'm low-key scared. Okay, and now we can get into the last binder. Okay, so this is a binder that I've never really shown before because it really didn't exist before I started to film this video. For context, I do collect a lot of the non-album things for Stray Kids, so a lot of merch and events and fan meetings and season's greetings and all that stuff. I have been collecting all that the entire year, but I have never really like put it away or like nicely stored it. I've just sort of like let it pile up into a corner for some reason and just never set up a binder for it. But I knew I wanted to include it in this video, so I very quickly just threw it into this binder. I apologize for everyone who thinks that I have really aesthetic binders. This is not going to be aesthetic whatsoever. I just sort of put it in, I've just sort of put everything in pockets and sleeves that would fit the items for now, because we're actually going to be doing a full setup for this binder where I'm going to make lots of fillers and make it nice and aesthetic like we know that my binders usually are or portray to be. But yeah, I wish I had everything done before this video, but it just wasn't feasible. So I apologize that everything is just a bit thrown in here, but I wanted to include it nonetheless because a lot of this stuff is a part of my collection. So yeah, hopefully that all made sense. It felt like it was a bit rambly, but in summary, this is my non-album binder. A lot of it is just thrown in here, but it will be pretty very soon when we do a setting up my non-album binder. So In the front, we have my small Japanese collection, or Japan photo card collection. So this is the District 9 Unlock in Japan Polaroid set. And then this is the Scars Polaroid set. There are two other like Japan Polaroid sets, or I should just say Polaroid sets in general. There's the just District 9 tour Polaroid set, and then also an all-in one that I need to get eventually, but they're sort of low priority, so I just have these two sets for now. And then this is my Japanese photo card collection. I kind of didn't know what I want to do with Japanese photo cards for a long time. So basically these are just the pulls that I got from my albums, from All In and then from Scars. But I have decided that I would like to collect Japanese photo cards, even though they can be on the pricey side a lot of the time. Mostly because you only get one photo card per version of the album. So what I've decided to do moving forward, and also with these sets, is I'm actually just going to collect my favorite of each member from that album. So I'm going to go back and collect my favorite photo cards from All In and Scars of each member, and it's just going to be one page for that album. So for now, this is what I have. It will grow eventually, but yeah, that was a recent discovery that I found out, so that'll be fun to jump into. Here we have the Season's Greetings 2021. 2022 is on its way to me. Hopefully it will be here soon, but once that gets here, we'll put that one after this one. But this was the photo card set. This is the film strip. Sorry, I know that these are kind of hard to see. Maybe that'll help, but like I said, I just sort of threw everything into this binder so we could at least flip through it and you could see what it was here. But yeah, this is the film strip set. These are fun, but they're very thick, and obviously you need like white paper to see behind them. And then these are the postcard sets. I pulled all of them out and put them in here because I want all of them in my binder. I know a lot of people are very selective about inclusions and like bigger items that they put in my binder, where I'm the very opposite, where I'm like, please put everything and anything into my binder. So you'll see, I like to have a very full binder. Okay, and then these are just the member postcards with their messages on the back. Okay, then we get into Stay in Playground, which was their second photo book. This is the ID set and then the scratch off postcards. I haven't scratched any of these off, and I probably won't, but you can if you want to, but I chose not to. And then these are their like school pictures, which I love so much. These are so cute. Alright, and then now this is the Unlock Go Live in Life. This was their online concert that they did last year. Oh gosh, when was that? In December of last year? But yeah, these are the lenticulars. I'm not sure how well they show up on camera. And then this was the Polaroid set. So you got 3 Polaroids of each of the members. This was the POBs that came with them. So I bought enough items that I got one full OT8 collection, I guess you could say. There were, I think, like 40 in total because there were like 5 per member, but I thankfully was able to collect at least one page of OT8. And then I have the rest of Chan's, and then I ended up collecting Sungmin's because I really liked his, and also he was my bias wrecker really hard at this time, and he still sort of is, but specifically at this time I thought I was gonna double bias him and Chan, but I think he's just my bias wrecker. But regardless, I love that boy so much. So yeah, I'm just missing his last Pob. I think it's just like him holding the singular apple, so still need to get that. And then this is Chan's AR ticket or AR card. It came with the postcard and then the AR photo card and then the ticket on the back. These are the District 9 Unlock Blu-ray / DVD photo prints. I don't remember which one it came in exactly, but yeah, these were the member prints that came in one of those. And then the stickers that came with each of them. Okay, now we're getting into the fan meeting stuff. So this was last year's fan meeting. It was the SKZX or #LoveStay fan meeting, the detective version. I can't believe we're already doing another one, or like their second one is coming up soon. I love all the teaser photos. It's like the chocolate factory. They all look so cute. I love the pink concept. I just know that the merch is going to be so cute, and my wallet is already hurting. But yeah, so this is from the first fan meeting. So this was the ticket set. This was the ID set. Again, sorry, this is so ugly. I'm going to fix it. I have really cute fillers planned out for these, but for now, just so you could see. And then this was the keyring set. There were 2 keyrings, I believe. I don't think they came together, but one of them had the Hyung line, the other one had the Maknae line, I'm pretty sure. And of course I bought both of them so I could have the full set. This was the postcard set, so there's each a pairing and then a single photo of the member. I just realized this is our red light duo before red lights was the thing, our Hyun Chan. Okay, and then these are the POBs for the SKZX, and then for Skazoo, because Skazoo came out, was it at the same time or just like a little bit after? And they had merch. That's when like the plushies were first released, and then they had also special detective merch for the Skazoo characters as well. And so I went a little bit too crazy at this time, and so I have a lot of the POB sets for this. So each member has like their own page of these. I don't know how I have so many of these, but I'm really glad that I do because it's so cute. I'm sorry, it's been a year and I still cannot get over that they performed in these costumes. Like, it's still so funny to me. But they look so good. Them in their like detective outfits are so cute, and then this in the Skazoo costumes, it just makes me laugh uncontrollably. But yeah, as you can see, I have almost all of these. Okay, now we get into Cleo. This was the spicy version, the infamous Chan look. If you know, you know. This was the mild version. This is the office version. I'm still missing Lino and Felix cards, but they are very pricey and I just wasn't able to get my hands on them at the time, but I'd like to get them eventually. the postcard sets with our lovely OT8 before things happened. Okay, now we have the Stray Kids Cafe. This was the Japan event. So I have the postcard set of these, and then this is Chan's message card. And then just the members postcard set. The little cream on everyone's nose is so cute. I love this concept. This concept was so cute. Also, this picture of Felix is the most devastating thing I've ever seen in my life. I love this photo so much. I also really like that all of them are dark haired because this was the very beginning of Kingdom, so they all had their dark hair. And it's so fun to see them all like pretty unison in their looks. We don't get that very often, but I would do anything for this Felix. So cute. And then these are the rest of Chan's special items from the cafe. So these were extra items that you got when you like ordered a drink or you ordered a dessert or you ordered food or whatever. So this is a sticker. These are 2 like plastic cards, and then this was a coaster. And then we get on to Pacific. So this was the first round of Pacific. I'm still working on it. And then this is, oh my gosh, I don't even remember, the 6th or the 7th round of Pacific, but this is the lenticular one. I really like these. I really love this Sungmin teddy bear one, but Pacific is doing a lot right now, and I'd like to have all of them, but there's just a lot of rounds to collect for them. So all right, and that is everything for now. That is my entire Stray Kids photo card collection. Oh my gosh, that was, did I talk enough about everything? I don't know. If you have any questions, let me know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I sort of sped through it and didn't know what to talk about. Just bringing in 2 of my binders so we can give some closing thoughts, but that was my whole Stray Kids collection. It feels like a lot, but also I know that I have a ton of things missing and empty holes, but hopefully we can fill that up a little bit this year. So yes, let's talk about my collection goals. I don't really want to say goals because I feel like goals make it sound like if you don't complete it, then you're somehow a failure. So maybe like intentions is the better word, or my wish list maybe for this year. My wish list for this year would be to finish at least 2 older album eras. In addition to whatever comebacks that happen this year. I think we have like 2 or 3 comebacks this year, not including Japan, which will probably happen as well. But I would love to collect and finish at least 2 older albums. For sure, I want to finish mixtape, so maybe we can say that. And then maybe like one of the I am blanks, so like I am who, I am not, I am you, maybe one of those. But I would also really love to finish up Go Live because I feel like those cards are still relatively easy to find. So I don't know, we'll leave that up to the world, I guess, or the universe. But for sure, finish mixtape. The second era to be determined. We'll see how many cards I can find in the next year. I don't know if it's gonna be feasible, granted like everything that Stray Kids have coming up, and I don't know if I even want to say this, but I do want to start like new collections because I do listen to a lot of other groups that I really enjoy and would love to collect. But Stray Kids do take up a lot of my time and finances. And I don't really want that to change because they are my alt groups and who I adore and who gets me through the day. But there are certain groups who I would love to start collecting do I even like say the name? I would love to start collecting TXT, but they seem like a very expensive group and they have a lot of cards as well. So I'm not sure if that would happen. I also have like another group in mind. I also have like a soloist in mind who I would want to collect. I think I want to find someone who I can casually collect alongside of Stray Kids that won't stress me out and won't like burn me financially, because Stray Kids do have a lot upcoming that we know because of the Step Out 2022. So I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to promise anything because I don't know what will happen, but I would like to start a new collection somehow, a new photocard collection. So maybe that'll happen. Probably not until like summer maybe, but another wishlist item is to start a new collection. Along those lines, I would also just like to start an album collection. Like for right now, all I have is Stray Kids albums, but I would love to like just buy albums from other groups that I enjoy but probably wouldn't necessarily collect photo cards for. Like a good example is NCT. I really love NCT's album packaging, specifically NCT Dream, their Hello Future. I think that album is so pretty, and I would love to have it just because it's so pretty. Like the photo book is gorgeous, the photo cards are gorgeous, but I don't know, because I don't collect NCT, it's like hard to buy albums for. But I feel like I want to like push past that like barrier of like not buying things of groups that I don't collect. Another thing is I love the NCT Universe album. I think that album is just like chef's kiss design wise. The album is so pretty. As soon as I saw the teasers on Twitter, I knew that the album packaging was gonna be insane and beautiful, and it totally is. I would love to buy the Universe album. So yeah, that's another goal, is I just sort of want to start buying albums that I enjoy regardless if I collect photo cards for. I don't think I could ever collect NCT photo cards. They seem like on a whole nother level. SM is doing a lot with NCT, like all the time. And I don't even know who I would collect. Maybe Mark, because I really like Mark. He's the one that stands out to me the most. Also Jeno maybe, but yeah, I don't know. NCT photo card collecting is just probably not for me. I think another thing, which is just a personal goal, is I just want to sort of relax a little bit with collecting. Maybe you can relate as well, but I get really, what's the right word? I get really like hung up and stressed about my collection a lot of the time, and I think it's because I see like the empty holes and I feel like I'm behind in my collection, and then that my collection isn't as complete as everyone else's, or that I'm somehow falling behind, or that my collection is like a failure. And I feel like that's a really toxic mindset that is just sort of fueled by this you have to have a complete collection of the group that you love image that gets passed around. And I feel like I have to acknowledge that I sort of probably feed into that a little bit, because I do post collection videos and show off my collection. But I do want to say, and it's something that I do have to remind myself, that your collection is for you and should solely be for you. You know, collect as much as you want, collect as little as you want, collect as thoroughly as you want. There is no right or wrong way to collect, and it's very easy to fall into that trap mindset of like, my collection isn't good enough. And I would say, as I'm, you know, I feel that a lot. Even though it seems like I have an extensive collection and I recognize that I do, I still feel like that because I have so many holes, because I decide to collect OT8, and OT8 is just a lot, both financially and just quantity wise. But this is definitely a goal, is I just want to chill out on collecting a little bit. And I think that just mostly comes down to my mindset. I want to not be stressed that I don't have everything of Chan's or every single pop or every single merch thing that's released, because I feel like I'm missing out when I probably am not. Like, I will be okay to, you know, not collect all of the specific photo cards, or not to collect all the pops that get released for the next album, or just, you know, whatever. I just want to chill out a little bit because I do get stressed out way too often, and I don't want collecting to be a chore. I want it to be a hobby. That's what it was meant, and that's why it was started. So obviously I'm gonna like keep collecting OT8, and I'm gonna collect as much as I can. I just am not gonna put as much stress on myself about getting everything or not getting things fast enough, or that things aren't completed. So yeah, I mean, I encourage you to do the same if you feel stressed out in anything that I said. Like I said, just know that your collection is for you. It's not to impress anyone else. It's not to, you know, show off. Your collection is to make you happy, and if collecting isn't making you happy, I would suggest taking a step back. Or, you know, if it is making you happy, just don't get sucked into toxic mindsets. So hopefully that made sense. That was a bit of a tangent. I think that's everything. I feel like I had a whole list of things that I was going to talk about, and now nothing else is coming to mind. So recap. What was my recap? Oh, recap for my wish list was finish at least 2 older album eras, plus any upcoming releases this year. Possibly start casually collecting another group or another singer or another soloist or whatever. Just start a casual collection. Buy albums for the sake of buying them because you enjoy them and not because you need to buy photo cards. I just want to expand my album collection because sometimes you just want to buy an album because it's so dang pretty. And then lastly is to just chill out on my collecting mindset, because I don't need to be stressed about collecting as much as I am sometimes. So I think that's going to be everything. If I think of anything else, maybe I'll drop it in like a pinned comment below. Or if you have any questions for me about my collection or about collecting in general, I am planning to do a Q&A here pretty soon. And I'm collecting questions that I can answer while storing photo cards. I have made a community post about it, so you can either go over there and leave it, or you can leave it in this video, and I will answer the question as best as I can. I honestly can't believe it's been a year of collecting and, you know, finding this new hobby, as well as it's basically been like a year and a half since I became a stay, and that I've found the boys, my kids, stray kids. I honestly feel so thankful that I have found them, and that they're just incredible people that I look up to and admire and can lean on every day for support. I saw something recently that said, like, I wish I had found Stray Kids sooner, and that is something I really resonated with, because I felt like I found them sort of like when they started to hit peak, like they started to peak in popularity. Obviously that's how I found them, but I also saw someone had commented in that thread of like, it's never too late to join, and often like you find them when you need them the most, which was definitely true for me. I found them in the time of my life where I really needed an outlet, and they were the perfect outlet for me. So I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be almost 2 years into this, and a year of collecting and giving all my money away to them so they can live in more beautiful and bigger dorms. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling at this point and nothing is making sense. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed. I'm sorry if it was a bit rambly and the pacing was a bit like questionable. I'll know better for next year when we do another one of these. I'll know the pacing and what we should talk about a little bit more. But I really hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you're having a really, really great day. I really appreciate you being here. I love you so much. I will see you in the next one. We have lots of things coming in February. February is going to be a very busy month for us. I have a lot planned for us and I hope we're going to have a good time. But until then, I will see you next time. Love you lots. Bye!